Peace. Okay, requesting everyone to please rename your Zoom for us to be able to identify your grade level. Okay, so change it with your grade level and with your last name. Kindly rename your Zoom account and at the same time turn on your camera. So make sure that the whole family will be seen in your video. And so if you think that your virtual background do not fit our recognition rights, so you can change it, you can remove it and use a good background at your place. Once again, requesting everyone to please rename your Zoom meeting uh, with your grade level and your last name. For the teachers, please rename also by putting Adies and your last, then put teacher and your last name. Or your name, I should say. Adies, space, your name for the teachers. And at the same time, please follow the reminders being flashed onto your screen. Okay, for the information of everyone, so we are also live via YouTube. So you can click the link sent to you by your advisor so you can watch it live, or you wanted to watch it later on after our program so you can go back and watch once again. And at the same time, if you think that your virtual background doesn't fit, or it distorted you, or it hides you, so please remove them. Again, change your name with your grade level and with your last name.
silang mayakap kay tagal na hindi kayo nakita. Nakalayo man na paglalapit ng
Good afternoon, additions. Are you ready for our program today? Yan, but before we begin, may I request everyone to please do the following. First, you have to turn off your cell phone or silent or put it into silent mode. Turn on your camera, mute the microphone, and at the same time, raise your virtual hand when your class is called during the processional and awarding of medals. The ADIS 24th and 25th recognition rites are about to begin. First Corinthians 3:8. Now he who plants and he who waters are one, but each will receive his own reward according to his own labor. And today, dear students of DANAH International School who have sowed and watered well in their education or in their studies will be receiving the fruit of their labor and the hard work even at this time of challenging format of education and learning. Despite of the challenges and struggles we've faced, we have come to the point of harvesting and rewarding your diligence and devotion to your studies. I am Mr. Norman C. De Vera, and I'm very delightful to be your Master of Ceremonies to our 24th and 25th recognition rites. It is indeed a delightful to see you additions rejoicing in your academic journey and request for a better life and future. Without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I request everyone to please rise for the processional. Leading the virtual processional today, let's welcome the awardees and the proud parents of DANAH International School Batch 2020 and 2021 with their advisors. Starting with the awardees of Kinder 2 together with their advisor, Mrs. Athena Bustamante and Miss Mayette Manalo. The awardees of Grade 1 under Mrs. Margaret Cabrera and Miss Angelica Mamangon. Let's also welcome the awardees of Grade 2 under Mrs. Jeanette Mamangon and Mrs. Alma Almagro. Next, we have the awardees of Grade 3 under Miss Jenny Tumalad and Mrs. Luz Sevilla. Let us also welcome the Grade 4 awardees under Mrs. Edlin Del Yupac and Mrs. Elvira Antonio. Let's also welcome the Grade 5 awardees under Miss Jasmine Ranyon and Mrs. Karen K. Ligutan. Let us now welcome the awardees from Junior High School, beginning with the Grade 7 awardees under Mrs. Lizelle Buiza and yours truly, Mr. Norman De Vera. The awardees from Grade 8 under Mrs. Mary Jusan Sereno and Mr. Rigidor Alcantara. We also have the Grade 9 awardees under Mrs. Micaela Joy Gutierrez and Mr. Edgardo de la Cruz. Last but not the least, the Grade 11 awardees under Dr. Ermelinda Arevalo and Mr. Roberto Nakpil. Let's also welcome the faculty and staff who are in the Zoom and here in the studio, headed by our school administrators, Mrs. Dolores Chanduanto and Mr. Kaneng Chanduanto. Our school principals, Dr. Edison Paneda and Mrs. Rodora de la Cruz. We also have our staff or faculty. We have Teacher Mayet Manalo and Miss Jasmine Ranyon. And of course, it is a pleasure for us to have our guest of honor and speaker today in the presence of Dr. Jocelyn Andaya. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the entrance of colors, beginning with the Philippine national flag. The Saudi national flag, and the DANAH International School flag. As we begin our program, let's give thanks to God and offer this momentous occasion to Him. So be in an attitude of prayer, and as we listen to the doxology from Eureka Shelo Abaro with honors, and the Islamic prayer to be led by Sifaldin and Cyphrins Alamada with honors.
Soul so weary when troubles come and my heart pretend peace, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahu ahad, Allahus samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Assalamualaikum.
Please remain standing for the Philippine national anthem and Saudi national hymn.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Hayang magiliw, tewas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuyaga ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatak tutok sa simay at sa langit ang pagaw, ay ginatang tularaw.
للمجد والعلياء مجدي لخالق السماء.
وارفع الخفاق أخضر يحمل النور المسطر، رددي الله أكبر يا موطني.
قد عشت فخر المسلمين، عاش الغني للعلم والوطن.
سارعي للمجد والعلياء مجدي لخالق السماء.
وارفع الخفاق أخضر يحمل النور المسطر، رددي الله أكبر يا موطني.
قد عشت فخر المسلمين، عاش الغني للعلم والوطن.
Thank you, everyone. You may now take your seat. Class awardees, proud parents, advisors, faculty, administrators, guests, a pleasant and blissful afternoon to all. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. That's why right now calls for a great celebration for the fruit of your success. And there are also people who were instrumental of your success that we should be thankful for this afternoon because they put you up and supported you throughout this time. It's always been a pleasure to have family and friends of our students supporting them all the way. Thank you so much to our dear parents and families. Also, recognition rights also provide an opportunity to recognize outstanding faculty and staff who are dedicated to providing the highest quality education to making a positive difference in the lives of our students. So please join me in saluting our faculty and staff with a round of applause. Thank you so much. Also, special thanks to the members of the committee who spent many long hours planning and organizing this day to make a success. And of course, the most deserving of recognition are those who will be receiving medals and those who have given the best efforts in his or her studies, the awardees, and that's you, our dear students. To formally open and give us the words of welcome, I give and introduce to you Zena Ahmed Badawi El Sayed, grade 11, with highest honors. Let's give her a round of applause.
Today, we celebrate and recognize each of her accomplishments in this challenging year. When we take a closer look at everyone present here, we took the moment's time to realize that each one of us here is gifted. In today's event, we can all proudly say that we have done it. To our distinguished guests,
our passionate school administrator, Ms. Dolores A. Changduangto,
to our beloved academic principals, Mr. Dora L. de la Cruz and Mr. Edison C. Paneda, to our highly competent and dynamic teachers, personnel, and members of the faculty and staff, to our dearest and devoted parents, friends, and classmates, a pleasant and a blissful day to all. Today, we welcome you to our joint virtual recognition day, batch 2020-2021. A time when we reap what we have planted throughout the year. We harvest the fruit of our hardship, struggles, and faith. This day has come not just to recognize the achievements of the students, but also to bring into the limelight the hard works of our parents, the wisdom of our teachers, and the grace of our God. May your shining example continue to inspire and transpire the youth of today in their continuous quest for academic excellence. Yes, we all experience an unprecedented situation with the global COVID-19 pandemic. But as we take a look back, we weren't prevented to completing our targets this year. Education has paved path to provide effective quality education to all students compelled to press pause. In every moment, we learn, and with application, we achieve. Today, we are now virtually gathered to celebrate our perseverance, diligence, persistence, and discipline. We wouldn't be able to do all these things without the solidarity between us students with our parents and teachers. This is the day that you're going to receive the fruits of your labor. With today's event theme, Handang Isip, Handa Bukas. The present is just another window that is also about to shift to a newer one. And time is nothing but a continuum. There is hardly any demarcation of time except for the significant changes and the important developments that can separate an era from another. We all look forward to tomorrows because of the sense of optimism and immense possibility that is associated with the word itself. Tomorrow is an unexplored territory. One will always hope for the better and the best, as hope for a better tomorrow is all that sustains when nothing else does. A better tomorrow is not one where we get everything in a better way that we have asked for. It is that one day in our life where we actually will have mustered the courage and the zeal to make everything better from our end. Better for ourselves and better for the universal balance. And it is achieved through education, a prepared mind to survive in this growing and this competitive world. Education is something that needs to be addressed, and it promotes the feeling of physical, mental, and social well-being by providing a better life. A good and a prepared mind is constructed by education that builds a brilliant future, a better tomorrow. To the parents and guardians who have worked so hard and give their best to their children no matter how hard life is, hats off. And to the teachers who have done their tremendous tasks, a job well done. While we are pleased to take part in recognizing academic achievements, we encourage everyone to find where your interests and abilities are and to pursue them. Let perseverance be your light in your hours of darkness and your applause as you reflect on your successes. It's curtain call and the applause is for you. What you have been able to achieve is phenomenal. The standing ovation represents only a fraction of the recognition you deserve. We couldn't have been more impressed. Well done. In behalf of the DANAH International School family, I welcome you all to this momentous event, and good day, everyone.
Thank you for that warm welcome, Zena El Sayed. It is an honor for us to have an honorable guest speaker today. And to introduce our guest of honor and speaker of today's event, may I call on our soft-spoken yet dedicated and reliable principal, Mrs. Rodora L. de la Cruz.
A blessed afternoon to each and everyone. Our guest speaker for today completed her Bachelor of Science in Education degree and Master of Arts in Education, major in Curriculum and Instruction from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. She received the Australia Development Scholarship to pursue Master of Education Management and Leadership at the University of Sydney in Sydney, Australia. She is also the recipient of the Australia Leadership Award in 2012. She was a high school teacher and a subject area coordinator in Lourdes School of Quezon City. She went on to become the assistant principal for academic affairs and was later promoted to school principal. In December 2012, she joined the Department of Education and served as the Director 3 of the Bureau of Secondary Education. In December 2012, she joined the Department of Education and served as the Director 3 of the Bureau of Secondary Education. She was then appointed as the OIC Director 4 after a year. Whilst in DepEd, she also became the OIC Executive Director of the National Council for Children's Television. A writer, a speaker, and a resource person on strategic planning, curriculum, leadership, and management. She currently holds the position of Director 4 of the Bureau of Curriculum Development of the Department of Education. She is also the chair of the Senior High School National Task Force and the president of the Association of the DepEd Directors Incorporated. It is my honor and my privilege to introduce to you the member of SEMEO, RELC Board, Philippine High School of the Arts Advisory Council, National Organic Agricultural Board, and National Research Team for the UNESCO Digital Kids Asia Pacific Projects. Also, she serves as a DepEd representative to the NEDA Board of Social Development Committee, Subcommittee on Culture, TESDA Interagency Committee, and co-chairs the Technical Committee of the Philippine Schools Overseas. No doubt that our guest speaker for today is close to the heart of the Philippine Schools Overseas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Director Jocelyn Andaya.
To the school director, Prince Abdulrahman Elbin Khaled Elbin Musad Abdularis Al Saud, School Administrator Dolores Chanduangto, School Principal Edison Paneda, Vice Principal Rodora de la Cruz, faculty and staff, proud parents and families, good morning, magandang umaga sa ating lahat. First of all, I'd like to thank you for having me as the virtual guest speaker in a momentous occasion in a young person's life, the 24th and 25th recognition and commencement exercises with the theme Handang Isip, Handa Bukas, to give tribute to all the students who have successfully hurdled all the challenges in preschool, elementary, junior high school, and senior high school. This school year 2020-2021 in DANAH International School is a time I know that you and your families have been anticipating for many years. Admittedly, I don't want to miss this graduation even if it's just in an online setup. I don't want to miss giving messages to graduates. Actually, among the commencement exercises which I have attended for the last 5 years, this is closest to my heart because you are not only a product of the K-12 basic education program, but you were also honed by the challenges brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, the challenges of COVID-19 may seem unnerving to many of us, yet it can also be an opportunity for growth and positive changes. May we strive to be hopeful, courageous, and resilient despite the adversities we have to face. This pandemic has caused anxieties, fears, and uncertainties. But we are capable, strong, and resilient. We may not be able to control the situation, but we can control ourselves, our thoughts, actions, and choices. The Bible says that the Lord gives His toughest battle to His strongest soldiers. The greatest weapon we can have today is guarding ourselves with faith and prayer. May this situation help us realize that the Lord is always with us and will never leave us. As the director of the Bureau of Curriculum Development, I am really overwhelmed to see your presence here. And on top of our initiatives during this pandemic, you are truly an evidence of how the Department of Education's efforts like research, curriculum development, and training of teachers were translated to classroom instruction and learning until you were molded as graduates. The work and assistance of the DepEd for this pandemic is reflected in the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, which we crafted in the early part of 2020 so that we can be sure that learning will continue even in the midst of pandemic. It was the Secretary of Education, Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones, who said, "Education cannot wait. We must continue to offer quality education even in the most challenging of times." And that's why The very purpose of establishing a PSO is definitely achieved by your presence as graduates because number one, we know that we have provided you with quality education here in DANAH International School, that as graduates, we believe that you will continuously contribute to shaping the Filipino identity and character of Filipino children and youth overseas, and that the standard of the school, with the standard of the school, you can readily integrate into the Philippine educational system upon your return here in the Philippines. DepEd is also committed to providing you with 21st century skills through the delivery of relevant, accessible, and liberating basic education. We continually strive to institute reforms in educational system to ensure that you become globally competitive, able to meet the demands of the fourth industrial revolution. I commend the teachers and administrators. I know the hardships and sacrifices you also had to face to help your students finish schooling. Your tireless efforts to discover better ways of making learners more engaged in honing their skills is laudable. I salute the parents and guardians for your love, sacrifices, perseverance, and commitment in ensuring that your children's needs are addressed. To our graduating students, we hope that you know the extent that your parents, relatives, and teachers, or anyone who supported you had to undergo. Let me remind you that like them, you have your own stories, struggles, challenges, and aspirations. Remember that sometimes the best lessons in life are not only learned within the four corners of the classroom, but with our experiences in life. We hope that you will remember their efforts when the time comes for you to exhibit the same to them. So carry on with your life's journey with a strong belief in yourself and your capacity to reach the goal that you have set for yourselves. I am proud of you, and I firmly believe in your bright future. Congratulations, class of 2021, on your well-deserved success. Your commencement ceremony may not look the way you envisioned it to be, but you should be proud of all your accomplishments. You did it in spite of a global pandemic. You persisted and accomplished a major milestone. My best wishes as you move forward to the next step in your journey. Good day, magandang umaga, at mabuhay.
Thank you for that wonderful and challenging message, Director Jocelyn Andaya. Once again, let us give her a round of applause. And for the next part of our program, I may request the class to be called to raise your virtual hand, and parents will award the medal of their child. It has been said that the quality of person's life is in direct proportion of his or her commitment to his excellence, which results to the sweetest fruit of their success, the awards. At this juncture, dear students, the merit you have been waiting for has finally come. You will receive your prizes and symbols of your success. It's time to the awarding of medals to the awardees of the school year 2019-2020, beginning with the Kinder 2 awardees under the advisory of Mrs. Athena Bustamante and Miss Mayet Manalo. The awardees of Kinder 2, beginning with Julia A. Sarmiento, with high honors. She is also receiving a medal for being the champion in English and science. Timothy G. and B. Aceret, with honors. Requesting the Kinder 2 awardees to please raise your virtual hand for your awarding ceremonies. Angela Roriel C. Aviles with honors. She's also receiving a medal for being the second place in science during the academic contest. Janelle Eleanor A. Gambito with honors. She is also a first place in English and receiving an Awesome Artist Award. Alzimar T. Mastri with honors. He is also receiving a medals for being the third place in mathematics. Zian Darwin R. Matalog with honors, a recipient of gold medal for being the champion in mathematics. Andrea May E. Matias with honors. She's also receiving a medal for being the third place in science. Kiara Miles A. Teodoro with honors, recipient of a medal for being the third place in English. Ahmad Abdallah Alanzi, awardee, recipient of Cheerful Helper Award. Enrico Jerome C. Badillo, Most Improved Student. Emmanuel Borlagdatan, second place in mathematics and award in mathematics. Ruel Kobe Matthew S. Creencia, Extra Myler Award. Savannah Ahmed Elmore, award in science. Princess Yasmin S. Hustol, awardee and recipients of second place in English. Congratulations to our awardees of grade Kinder 2 under Mrs. Athena Bustamante and Miss Mayet Manalo. Proceeding to our grade 1 awardees of 2019-2020 under the advisory of Mrs. Margaret Cabrera and Karen Kate Ligutan. Ray Gabriel A. Nulada with high honors. He is also receiving a medal for being the second place in mathematics, second place in science, and second place in civics. Isaiah Miguel V. Asiret with honors. Tony Noel J. Antonio with honors. Ziad H. Hamsiraji with honors. Siti Jana Z. Luminda with honors. She's also a recipient of medal for being the second place in Filipino and third place in English. Sabrina G. Pugat with honors, a recipient of medal for being the champion in Filipino, third place in mathematics, and third place in science. Mike Briel R. Rodriguez with honors, recipient of medal for being the second place in English and third place in Filipino. Iyad M. Kairi, academic achiever. He's also recipient of medal for being the champion in science and third place in civics. Asim H. Mahagug, academic achiever. Nabil M. Nabil, academic achiever. He is also receiving medals for being the champion in English, champion in mathematics, and champion in civics. Congratulations to our Grade 1 awardees under Mrs. Margaret Cabrera and Mrs. Karen Kate Ligutan. Proceeding to the awardees of Grade 2 under the advisory of Mrs. Jeanette S. Mamangon and Alma C. Almagro. KD Lourdes E. Birao with high honors. She's also receiving a medal for being the second place in science and second place in civics. Ava Lourdes R. Macaraig with high honors. Matt Brian R. Narbay with high honors. Also a recipient of medal for being the second place in English. Angelo Jibriel M. Kiambao with high honors. Angelo is receiving a medal for being the champion in English, champion in science, champion in Filipino, and champion in civics. Chloe Aliena B. Tengson with high honors. Also a recipient of medal for being the third place in mathematics. Macy Kate B. Kagiwa with honors. A recipient of medal for being the third place in English. Job Eldon A. Del Yupac with honors. Winona Thea R. Naseno with honors. Precious Luisa C. Reyes with honors. John Ezekiel M. Santos with honors, a recipient of medal for being the third place in Filipino. Ariana Ashley M. Terrones with honors, recipient of medals for being the second place in mathematics and third place in civics. John Andre E. Villanueva with honors, a recipient of medal for being the second place in Filipino. Kirolos M. Hana, academic achiever. Michelle C. Ehiro, academic achiever, receiving a medal for being the champion in mathematics. Robert Isaac Rabulan, a recipient of medal for being the third place in science. Congratulations to our awardees of Grade 2 under Mrs. Jeanette Mamangon and Mrs. Alma Almagro. Next awardees are the Grade 3 under the advisory of Miss Jenny D. Tumalad and Mrs. Luz Sevilla. Amaya Teresa Q. Colliera with high honors. Amaya will be receiving medals for being the second place in science and third place in Filipino. Jamie Noriel A. Gambito with high honors, recipient of medals for being the first place in civics, third place in mathematics, and third place in science. Julian Matthew M. Sanyano with high honors, He is also receiving a medal for being the second place in English. Ace, Ervic R. Angeles with honors. Adrian Louis C. Aviles with honors. John Elijah A. Serrera with honors. He is also receiving a medal for being the first place in English. Samuela M. Galman with honors. She's also receiving medal for being the first place in Filipino. Elaine Eunice B. Garcia with honors. Id T. Lucero with honors. Romana B. Malaki with honors. Rain Caleb D. Nueva with honors. Kirk Jeremiah D. Parungaw with honors. He is also receiving medals for being the first place in science, second place in civics, and third place in English. Rain Laika Z. Ramirez with honors. Altair Ryan I. Ramos with honors. Nathaniel Jacob B. Ramos with honors. Fatima Ross H. Swinning with honors. She's also receiving a medal for being the champion in mathematics. Rosen Hill A. Teodoro with honors. Krista May M. Velasco with honors, recipient of medal for being the second place in Filipino. Samantha M. Villeza with honors. Alana Alexa I. Viray with honors. Rafif Ahmad Badran, academic achiever. She's also receiving medals for being the second place in mathematics and third place in civics. Congratulations to our grade 3 awardees. Proceeding to the awardees of grade 4 girls under Mrs. Edlin A. Del Yupac. Bianca Faith G. Arcilia with high honors. She's also a recipient of medals for being the second place in mathematics, second place in science, and third place in Filipino. Adriana Lorraine C. Aviles with high honors, a recipient of medals for being the second place in English, second place in Filipino. Roan Elise R. Macaraig with high honors, recipient of medals for being the champion in mathematics, third place in English, and third place in science. Ira J. Mondares with high honors, recipient of medal for being the second place in civics. Samantha Nicole A. Octavo with high honors. She's also receiving medals for being the champion in English, champion in science, champion in Filipino, champion in civics, and third place in mathematics. Queenie Alanis R. Bitanghol with honors. Kersley Ashina B. Tengson with honors. She's